And just like that, we are live. There's a 5 second delay. So now it is showing that I'm live since 10 seconds. So, what's up, guys? How are you doing? Welcome to the love stream. Stacy noted that. Pradeep bhai, kya haal? JM01, बहुत बढ़िया भाई, absolutely fine. How are you doing? So, how many people are there? 15. Before we start talking about, am I audible? Is it clear? Can you hear the taps? Waiting for you. What's up? What's up? Jim. What's up, brother? Hello from Canada. Crackhead Cola. Hello from India, man. Clear. Yes, yes. Okay, okay. 5 by 5. Great. Microphone is working. So before we talk about Levan versus Dave Chaffee, which is the main event of today, probably and when in my last video I said that it is the biggest match of the decade, I did not mean in the last 10 years. By decade, I meant in the 2020s. So from 2020, 21, or 22 in the future. In future, there can be great matches. Jack, hello everyone. Hello. If Levan wins, then who will shop him? Stop him. Okay. Who will stop him? You are also typing like me. I made a mistake earlier. I typed that this is only a prediction live stream. So instead of I typed O love stream, and Stacy figured that out. SG Records in the house. SG Records is a member, guys. That is why that blue sign in front of his name. It is much easier to read the comments from the members. Levan will win. The thing is, nobody will stop him. I hope so. I hope so. Like I was saying in one of my I would be definitely rooting for Dave Chaffee 100%, but I'm not. Why? Because I have put some money on Levan, so it forces me to root for him. And before we start, I was talking about I was on Leo and longevity. You may have seen him from some of the arm wrestling podcasts he did with Cody Merritt. He did one with Ryan. No, not Ryan SP. RVJ. He did a couple with Ryan Bowen, and he did one with at least 2 3 podcasts with Artem. So I was on his channel. He invited me, and it was a great experience. Learned a lot from the man. So, like, first of all, time management. That guy is really precise. So expect the video to drop in a couple of days. He has many videos lined up. I would have loved to talk with him for at least an hour, but he was busy. He had next podcast scheduled, so it was only about 30 minutes, I guess. So let's talk about that. Today I search how to beat Levan in arm wrestling. Okay. Hopefully you can one day. Come on, England. Where is your hair? Yeah, I have a little bit. I just took a shower. So maybe something weird. Yeah, man, my hands are shaking to watch the match. Yes, definitely. Big match. I got money on Dave. Just let me around, please. No, I've got money on Levan. Levan needs to 6 rounds. So what is your prediction, guys? I've heard I can create a poll. Yes. Who you got? Uh, Dave Levan. Ask your community. So, what is your prediction? The match is about, I would say, 4 hours from now. So, been waiting for podcast with Leo. When will it be out? Yeah, just answered it. I think in a couple of days. I've asked Leo to tell me before he uploads that video so I can comment on that so that people get to know more about us, the arm wrestling community. And he hasn't replied. He replied that he will tell me, but he hasn't given me a date yet. Next, it should be Levan versus Ryan Bowen. Yes, Ryan Bowen could definitely beat Levan, if you know what I'm saying. Do you think Levan will have a long career at the top, or he might encounter problems like Dennis? See, it is not even about the problems. Levan has got a big movie coming up that is, I don't know the name of that, but he's going to Australia for the shooting. So if another movie comes up, then another movie comes up. For this movie alone, he had to postpone the Devon Larrett match, which was scheduled in December. So he cannot do it now. Top 8 second stage, his matches will be rescheduled, postponed because of the movie. So if he keeps on getting these movies, and maybe you know that he once said that almost everyone, almost 80-90% people in Georgia, in his country, know who he is. They recognize him on the streets. Everybody knows who Levan is. So such a big personality. It is not even about the health. I don't think he will stay in arm wrestling for more than 3 or 4 years, maximum 5 years, even if he is healthy. And I know what you're saying. It is really difficult to maintain that level of enhancement and that level of size for a very long time. So I think no, not more than 5 years, maximum 5 years. Levan too strong, Saginashwilli versus Dave easy money Chaffee. Let's see if Dave is really easy money. And Dave proved his name. He's really easy money. He only needs to win one round. So that is easy money indeed. ब्रो इंडिया में कितने बजे देख पाएंगे? 11 साढ़े 11 बजे देख पाएंगे भाई, अराउंड 11:30 p.m. आफ्टर 11:30 p.m. I Nika Nikolashvili, you're from Georgia. I can see that from your name, but bro, I cannot read your comment. Maybe somebody can translate it. Is it chargeable to watch a match? $10 on armbets.tv. You can go on my last video. I have the link in the description. I don't know how to add it here. If you click on my one of my last videos, I've added that link in the description. Do you train for arm wrestling yourself? I haven't lifted a weight in last 2-3 months. I've been really lazy, but I will start again. Yes, I used to train, but not since last 2-3 months. Dave is 30 kg lighter than Dave. Okay, you mean Dave is 30 kg lighter than Levan. I read that post on Igor Mazurenko, PL USA. He said that Dave is 50 kg lighter than Levan, which is really amazing. 50 kg is what? Around 110-15 pounds. So that is huge if this is the case. They said that Levan, no, Dave Chaffee weighed 125 kilos, but they did not mention anything about Levan's weight, and they said that Levan is 50 kg heavier than him. So maybe he's 175. I don't know. Levan is too big. Levan 6-0, fifth or sixth round hook. I hope that is the case. I think, man, it's I'm sorry to say that if someone gets offended by this, but I do not trust Dave Chaffee's wrist enough to that it will hold up against Levan. Levan will go straight back and out. Let's see if Dave's wrist holds. If the match stays even flat for more than 5-6 seconds, I think Dave may do something, but I don't see it happening. The match, I think, would look more like a Trubin versus Levan or Vitali versus Levan. It will not be a hook battle. It will be all top roll battle. There was a time when people used to force Levan in a hook, Gennady or Krasimir, but that time is long gone, at least 2-3 years from now. SG records, Levan gonna win. Maybe. And what about the poll? Levan 58% only. So 42% people believe Dave is going to win. Vitali Board Loltin. Dave the strongman Chaffee. Yellow Panda. I'm 30 kg lighter than my mom, yet I beat her. Okay. Great. How old are you? Aman Panghal message retracted. क्या लिखा था भाई? What did you write? Stacy Morgan, for you stud you. Thank you, Stacy. Mad Max. Who is Mad Max? We're talking about movies here. Vitali again. How long will Levan live with the amount of gears he take? I'm not a doctor. Even doctors cannot tell you that. How can I tell? Long. I hope he lives till at least 80. How much you sure about 6-0 by Levan? So much sure that I have $40 on Levan. That's all I can risk. That's all I had extra money. So I have $40 on Levan. In my last video, I said 90 or maybe even 95% that Levan is going to win 6-0. I'm only worried about the first round. Because tell me in the comments, have you ever... Oh my god, your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. Man. Okay. Did the live stream stop? So I was asking, such a good response. Thank you. When did I respond to anything you asked? Maybe I forgot, man. 8 from 10 people knows him. Yeah, Levan is really. Am I really lagging in the chat? They just want to say Dave Chaffee will destroy Levan. Let's see. SG Records. That's indeed easy money. Okay, Vitali Volodin, Cobra Voda. I've been training for a bit ready to match with Pradeep. Okay, you want to face me? Josh, it will be a good match. Hope so. Ryan SP. Good morning, gents. Good morning, Ryan. It is good evening here. Anyways, great to have you here. I heard Levan is 160 kg. Then it is not a 50 kg difference. It is only 35 if that's the case. I think Dave Chaffee has too much side pressure. He definitely has. By far the best side pressure in the world. His wrist is going to be the biggest problem. Will you live commentary? Man, I was thinking about it, but I have to go to work to my job in about 45 minutes from now. So I cannot. Unfortunately, I cannot. Cobra Voda. Pradeep should join O'Neill on commentary live. Who is O'Neill? Devon lost easily to Dave lost easily to Devon's quite frankly terrible Kings move. So I don't see him winning against Levan. And I may even see Levan Kings moving Devon. Dave, I made the prediction in Devon Levitt's live show. It was not live, Devon Levitt's podcast, that if Dave Chaffee's side pressure is strong enough, because we have seen that Levan will give anything up to take your hand for the pronation. He hits straight back. That is what he's going to do. So if he hits straight back against Dave Chaffee with a ton of pronation, and Dave Chaffee's side pressure is definitely going to be strong enough, then Levan may be stretched out and he may take Dave's hand at the same time. So there is a good possibility, I would say at least 50%, that in round one, we may see Levan in a King's move position. What time is the match? I would say, what, 3.5 hours from now? Maybe four? Lupkis leaves. Yeah. Lupkis it still looks like he's on a lot of juice. He's not healthy right now, but he's old. Approaching 70, I guess. What's up, SP? Just refresh. I like the way you present the news about arm wrestling. Ravi Kumar. Thank you, Ravi, very much. Shubham, refresh, guys. What's up? This Indian internet is great. Man, is it really lagging? I thought it was just for 5-10 seconds. Do you train for arm wrestling too? Yes, Mad Max, name of the movie of Levan. Okay, Mad Max is the movie of Levan. Are you sure about that? So is it a part of the old Mad Max series or something new? Like the video, guys. 89 watching 67. Ankur Banerjee. Thank you very much, Ankur. You said 67 likes, and right now it is showing me 66. So somebody disliked after that, maybe. Good, guys. Thank you very much. Randy Savage. Levan is a beast, but his body weight and heavy supplement use won't allow him to keep the size for more than 5 years before health problems. Maybe you're right, but I don't think he will continue to arm wrestle till that time. And I don't think he needs to be 170 kilos to work in movies. Man, the live streams are. Just tell me, give me a feedback right now. How is the live stream working? I can see 15, 16 people dropped off. So is it still bad? Oh, oh, Neil, you meant Neil pickup. Mary Jane, but I'm good. I will talk to Neil about that. At least 4, 5 of you have told me that I should get on with Neil Pickup on his show. I heard Levan had a cameo in some movie. Are they shooting a new brand video? It's fine, just a bit stuttery, okay? It's perfectly fine now, okay? Levan's 8 balls weigh 90 kg now. Shivam Yadav, bearable. I'm getting different responses, no idea. He just said he didn't give a reason why. For what? Megatron, for what? You are good. I just lost the. You are good. Live stream is fine. Okay, thank you, Stacy. Thank you very much, Arnab. Anyway, Larry is gonna take Levan down if he prepared with a mindset like I would give Devon more chances against Levan than Dave Chaffee, just because of Dave Chaffee's. And the biggest reason why I say that is the Rimkus fight. I don't know his full name. The transition fight to get into the top 8 against Rimkus. Dave Chaffee did beat him 6-0, but he was losing his wrist. I was talking with Ryan Bowen about that match. Ryan said Dave only had 1 week prior notice to accept that match against Rimkus, but his wrist was cracking like almost that much against Rimkus, and he was beating just purely based of side pressure. So I don't think even with 1 week's notice that should happen to Dave Chaffee with against someone who people doesn't really even know about. I mean, I know who Rimkus is, and still I don't know his full name. So he's not very popular. Okay, in my last live stream, one of my friend commented that I was getting too much excited and shaking the table with my hand movements. The camera was shaking. I have to be careful this time. Shubham Yadav, I have no idea. Where is the live chats? If Levan wants to be the GOAT in next 5 years, he has to beat all the top guys in that time. Maybe. I don't think Levan will all anytime be considered a GOAT, because I already talked about that in one of my videos, that as long as the criteria for determining a GOAT is the duration of tenure, duration of dominance, nobody except John Brezink is going to be the GOAT, because it is impossible and it will be impossible for anyone to dominate arm wrestling at the age of 18 years, to dominate super heavyweight arm wrestling. It was possible back then, right now it is not. Can you imagine a 18-year-old John Brezink that weighs 85 kilos beating Levan today? I cannot. So I don't see it happening anytime. I asked that question on Neil Pickup show. Neil asked on the Fix show that if someone sprints 100 meter in 9.3 seconds just for one day and retires, sets a world record and retires, and Usain Bolt has dominated for 3 Olympics for 10 years, who is going to be the GOAT of sprinting? Bolt, because of dominance for 10 years in 3 Olympics, or the guy who smashed the world record and retired in one day? So that was and nobody was able to answer that question. Let's read some comments now. Arnab Das, anyway, okay, I already read that. Matteo De Fazio. I think Leon is going to win. Did I pronounce your name right? I think I messed it up. I think Levan is going to win 4-2, but Dave is a beast. Maybe he could surprise everyone and take this match. Maybe, but chances are very less. Randy Savage. And everyone thinks Dave can either win or win 2 rounds, but very rarely anyone was betting on Dave. Even though he needs to win only 1 round, still nobody was betting on him. Levan almost immediately sold out his blocks, and then he was waiting for Dave Chaffee to sell out. If Levan wants to be the GOAT in next 5 years, he has to be. Okay, I already read that. Do you think the jet lag will affect Dave anyway? I don't think so. The match is not happening in Georgia. Jet lag is for everyone. Maybe not so much for Levan. Georgia to Ukraine, I don't know how much is the distance, but it has to be over 1,000 miles, I would assume. I have no idea. Maybe it could be less than 500 miles. Ankur Banerjee and Dave arrived a couple of days before the match, so I don't think it is going to matter. Ankur Banerjee, they are so big already. Not everyone can increase their weight. Okay, Dave will surely pull 1 round either because of the side pressure or due to micro fouls. Side pressure, I agree, but is Dave that much strong to force someone who has not fouled out even once in the last 24 rounds? Is Dave strong enough to force him to do that he has not done before? Levan has not fouled out before. Maybe he will in this match, but I don't see the likelihood of that happening. Dave didn't try hard enough to put on weight. Yeah. And that was the most accurate prediction. I saw, oh shit, your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. So I was saying that I'm not sure about the connection, man. So, and he was exactly 275 pounds, what I predicted. That was good. He doesn't need to take drugs though. Just flatten himself. He doesn't need to take drugs though. Just flatten himself a bit, gain some weight. I'm certain everybody needs to take drugs, man, at the top level, elite level. Everybody does. Because the guys at the top, you how do you get to the top? Number one, you need all three things. You need external supplementation in form of drugs. You need natural talent, be it your genetics, be it your strength, and you need a hard work on top of that. All three of them are 100% necessary to be on the top in any game. You cannot be at the top if you are genetically gifted and if you are really hardworking but don't have the external supplements, or either two of these. You need all of them, I believe, especially when everything is so much professionalized today. Devon Ledet from the future. 6,000 subscribers soon. Thank you, brother. If by any chance you are watching this video, the 102 people that are watching, if by any chance you are not subscribed, please subscribe now, guys. I need to get to 10,000 before the end of this year. Devon would struggle against Rimkus outside the straps as well, though. Maybe. Not sure about that. But Devon can slip. Unless if it is a left-handed match against Dennis, Devon can slip. Arnab Das, yes. Pradeep, yes. What, yes? The stream is lagging? I am lagging right now reading the comments. Shubham Yadav, most people want to say that Dave is strong as anything but not smart at all. I, by the way, I have started a Hindi channel. So all of you that are from India or know Hindi but are living outside, if you know Hindi, please go to Arm Wrestling News Hindi and subscribe to that channel as well. I have already almost 100 subscribers on that channel. It is an initiative to make arm wrestling popular in India. The arm wrestling that is going on in Europe, Australia, or Northern America, people are not really aware about that in India. So my purpose is to whatever happening in the outside world in English, translate that in Hindi to the Indians, and whatever happening in India, if something is important, translate that in English to the outer world. That is my plan, and there are a lot of people in India. So if it grows, everyone benefits from it. Arm Wrestling News Hindi. Please support, guys. Remember, Igor has been protecting Levan from matches, but Dave is battle tested. Dave will put a yeah, you can say Dave is battle tested, but he also lost his last two rounds. Again, I'm about to say something harsh, so please don't don't come after me after that. If Levan beats Dave, sorry, if Dave beats Levan, what will Steve Kaplan be saying? That guy pinned his own arm 6 times in my league. If you remember all of those matches against Devon and Michael Todd, 6 rounds that Dave lost, he pinned his own arm all 6 times. So Steve Kaplan must be very happy about that. If Dave goes there to beat Levan. Dave always had neck issues. Maybe more steroids, a little bigger neck. So danger in neck. I don't know about that. Hey Pradeep, I'm from Japan. I couldn't really figure out the timing. The timing, I would say about 3.5 hours from now, if you're still watching. Hey Pradeep, okay. Clubber Langlo. Devon has a better chance than Dave. Strength gap is not big like Devon versus Dennis. I think Mike had the best chance to beat Levan with his King's move. Like Levan is the favorite outside of straps with his underhand rolling out slip that Michael does. I was not really sure if he would be able to slip against Levan. You remember how he contained Tim Bresnan? Tim Bresnan kind of slips in a similar way, and he was not able to slip against. My only concern in the Michael Todd versus Levan match was maybe Michael would not have been able to slip against him. Cyril with whey protein. What are you talking about? Stacy Morgan, thanks for the likes. If possible, please share on your social media. Thank you, Stacy, for reminding everyone. Fox 8 Ball, Dave can get fat, but fat to Dave is like having cereal with water. Okay. You pulled Akash Kumar. How does it feel? When I pulled Akash Kumar before that, that was my first tournament. And he's like, he's top three definitely in India right-handed, and top five maybe left-handed, or top three left-handed also. He's really good. And before that, I had a 30-second match. It was on my first tournament, and my hand was completely blown up, and so I had nothing left. And anyways, he would have beaten me in a similar fashion anyway. So I had nothing for him. I didn't even try that much. Will you try to do an interview with John Brising? To be honest, man, I sent him an email. I got his email from a friend, and I sent him an email and he hasn't replied yet. Maybe I will. Maybe I will if he replies to me one day. Parth Verma, Dave OP. How long until the match again? 3.5 hours maybe. The match will I will not show the match here. I made it very clear, guys, that the match will not be shown here. I have to go to work in a few minutes, so the live stream will only be about 45 minutes today. I think we consider Jor as the GOAT, but the things are changing in social media. If Levan is the next 5 year crushes top guys winning more, maybe. I don't even. But right now, you can think about calling someone else a GOAT, and people would come after you like you are a terrorist or something. 3 hours still match. Okay, it is 3 hours, but there are a lot of matches. So by the time the event starts and till the time the Levan versus Dave Chaffee match happens, I think there will be at least an hour gap between them. 5 matches before that also. Levan will crush Dave. F. What is F? According to the strength display that Levan has showed, it looks like Levan will win, but I support Dave 100%. Of course. Blob, Pradeep, I want to arm wrestle you. Where do you live? I would be happy to arm wrestle you. If you see Dave's shoulder is pretty really apparent that he's on some magic special sauce. Everyone at the top level is on some sauce. They are all on gear, but some are obviously on too much. Agreed. Music of Soul. Can I bet to Levan $50? You should go on the stake. No. Now you cannot. Both of them have sold out, and the new blocks are not opening. Ankur Banerjee. The way he laughed at Dave saying that you're a good match. No. I talked about that Ankur in the video. I don't think it was disrespectful, and Russians are supposed to be tough, man, aren't they? It was just a language barrier, communication gap, I would say. To assess the event with Dave versus Levan, it is only by subscribing at ARM TV only. ARMBets.tv. Yes, unless someone steals the footage and shows it, does a live stream screen recording, maybe then you can get to watch it for free. I think somebody will do. Like there was a lot of live streams, at least a couple of or three of them in the King of the Table event. The match started at 8 p.m. Ukraine time. Have you seen Ryan's detailed round by round prediction? Yes, I did watch that. I did watch that. 4-2 for Levan. He was just walking somewhere, but not decided till the sixth round. I don't agree with Ryan's prediction. Are the weights officially known? Maybe Dave Chaffee's weight is officially known. Igor said that is 125 kg. And on top of that, he had written that Dave is 50 kilos lighter than Levan. So maybe Levan is 170 kg, 75 kg. How much is Levan weighing in it? Okay, I answered that. Sure, it means Dave is little lighter than usual. Your winner, Levan Saginashwilli, 6-0. And Levan, I keep on sending this video to others. Somebody pronounces him Levan, someone says Levan, Levan. The official pronunciation, I saw a video how to pronounce Levan Saginashvili, and the video is in Georgian, so everyone on whoever calls him on their live show, their TV shows, so how they pronounce it, that has to be the right method. And the pronunciation is Levan Saginashvili. Neil Pickup in the house. What we need to be aware of is quite simply that arm wrestling is not black and white. If you beat a guy on Sunday, it doesn't necessarily mean you would be able to do it again. Neil, I have one question for you. If Dave destroys Levan or Levan destroys Dave again, would you still say that on Thursday the results might be different? I don't think so. Maybe in a couple of years after that, but not within few months or maybe 1 year. Is Dave really lighter than his usual weight? That is no. Dave has always been like 275 pounds. He was that weight around 270 in WL2. Patrick Dunn is the best of 6 rounds. No, I don't know why they call it 6 rounds. They should call it 7 rounds because there is a tiebreaker, or maybe there is no. I think there is a tiebreaker, so you can call it a best of 7 rounds that goes till 6 rounds. Where is the chat? Okay, only competition day matters. Shubham Yadav, you're right, Shubham. SG Records. It's not Levon's fault that top NA guys doesn't want to join top 8. And yeah, you can say that. He mentioned before he will be the same weight as always. It's not that surprising. And Levon also said that he's planning on being light, doesn't want to go to the 170s or 180s or 190s, but he's 175 according to Igor. Why you only talk about India, Pakistan, and many Bangladeshi also understand Hindi? Where I said that if you know Hindi, Rahman, if you know that if you remember, I said that if you know Hindi, then please go to that channel and subscribe. You're right. Many countries know Hindi. Just in, I put 1,000 on the beat that Levan will lose. I don't think Levan is going to lose. 1,000 what? Your currency or $1,000? How to watch the match live? Armbets.tv. $10. Props to you. Good work. All the best for your channel. Thank you very much, man. Pradeep, do you eat beef? No, I don't. I don't have any problem with people who do. There is a lot of controversies going on in India around that topic, but I will not. I only eat eggs right now. Maybe sometimes chicken. Pradeep don't know. I asked what the F means. Levan. Yes, Levan. Levan. And not Levon. Levan. You can say Levan. Levan. Sure, I'm not sure what you're getting at, man. I'm talking about the competition. Practice table is practice. I don't know what you guys are. Shivam Yadav. What do you think beat Vitali excluding Levan? I don't think anyone can beat Vitali right now. Vitali is, I think he's going to be too much against Devon. People are saying that Jerry could be a good match, but I don't think so. Just because he's really good against top rollers doesn't mean he can beat Vitali. Vitali is fast. And that is a true thing, man. I still think that a lot of people don't believe that Dave Chaffee is going to win, but most of the YouTubers, I'm not going to take any names right now, but most of them just try to be politically correct, and they either say that it is going to be a really good match, because I know that they know that 80% of their audience are Dave Chaffee supporters. So most of them do not want to upset their audience, but I'm not that. I just tell you what I feel. Ask them who are saying Dave Chaffee is going to win. Ask them how much money they have put on Dave Chaffee. Not everyone believes that. It is just for the. And you will see that those people who are not on YouTube, most of them will say that Levan is going to win because they do not need to be politically correct. One time, Dave weighed in heavier against 285 pounds, maybe. I don't remember that. Okay, there are too many chats. Sorry, guys, I will have to skip some. Dave fans will be humiliated. Do you have any hope for Dave Chaffee? No. Pradeep, how many pull-ups can you do in a row? That is a good question. My favorite exercise pull-ups. Since I dislocated and got my shoulder operated, I cannot do much of regular pull-ups. Maybe 20, 25 when I'm trained. But neutral grip pull-ups, I believe I can do. If you're talking arm wrestling style, if you give me a 1 month, I can get up to 45, maybe even 50. If you're talking full range pull-ups, maybe 35. Neutral and underhand chin-ups, 30 easily. And arm wrestling style, maybe up to 50. I also used to do weighted chin-ups. I still can do after the surgery. A couple of pull-ups at 40k weight hanging off me, maybe even 50. I can do one pull up at 50 kg. My own body weight, which is around 83 kilos, that would be 182 pounds, maybe. So 182 pounds plus 110 pounds on top of that. I can do one pull up with that much weight. Don't want to write Dave off. Being very optimistic, but on paper it is not looking good. But as they say, anything can happen. Sure. Levan put out a new video a bit ago. What did he say? Levan versus Dave 6-0, maybe. Hermes would beat Vitali. I don't think so. I don't think so right now. Because in that practice pool, Hermes asked Vitali. Vitali said that he told me not to top roll him off the go, not to hit off the go. So that is why Hermes was hitting off the go and Vitali was trying to catch him. And that is not a right thing. If your wrist is injured, why are you having a practice match and then telling the other person to not hit off the go really hard? Oh my word, 30 pull-ups. 30 pull-ups are not really difficult, man. Arm wrestlers are really good. But that has been my problem. I asked Ryan SP a couple of years ago on his live show, maybe 1.5 years ago, that it does not translate because there is a lot of back pressure that I can generate. Back, I believe, is my strongest part, but hand does not support that. Guys who can do less weight than me, they can take my wrist and beat me. If someday I make my wrist equally strong, riser equally strong, so that my wrist doesn't get dumped when I pull back, maybe I can be really good. But yeah, I can do 30. 30 is the least number that I would say. I can do more than 30 full range pull ups and about 50 half range arm wrestling pull ups. I thought the match is going to be live streamed free. Maybe somebody will. SG Records, are you going to do it? I'm not sure if I should have asked you here. Are you going to do it? I saw a live stream yesterday on your channel showing the armbets.tv page. Neil Pickup, my personal aspiration and hopes for the match is that it stops in a balanced position and we get the opportunity to see the lads actually pull. I don't want to see a 6-0 one-sided match. Even I don't want to see Neil, but tell me, if you had put your money on someone, then would you still love to see that happen? Because like in my one of my videos I said that like Neil Pickup, I also like to see close matches, but not this one because I have put some money on Levan. I want this to be a 6-0. But WTF 45, I got a ways to go. But amazing, bro. Keep up. Thanks, Cobra Bovoda. Charles Gardner. I really like you, Pradeep, but Levan is not going to win. USA for the win. Yeah, that's the patriotism I was talking about. Someone commented on my video and he said that this is one problem. I rarely have any problem with comments these days. But that dude said that Dave Chaffee, like Dennis Siplankov, couldn't do anything against Dave Chaffee. I mean, like really, Dave Chaffee has never pinned Dennis Siplankov, not even once. He got one win on fouls. That is it. And people are like writing him off like Dave Chaffee was Siplankov's granddad or his daddy or something like that. That wasn't the case, guys. He got one win on fouls. Dave is what, 4-1 or maybe 5-1 against him, and people are completely writing Dennis off like Dave Chaffee completely owned him. So he said that Dave Chaffee, he said I'm a grown man and I talk sense and I have logic, something like that. Then he said that Dennis cannot do anything against Dave Chaffee. I'm like, really? That is your logic? A grown man logic? Someone is against 4-1 or 5-1 against someone, and you're saying that guy has nothing for him? How much did you bet, Pradeep? 40 bucks. That's all I had. That's all I can afford. Who is the strongest arm wrestler in your state region? In my state, Haryana, maybe in the 80 under 80 kilos, Courage. Uttar Pradesh, if you're talking about that, under 70 kilos, Akash. I cannot give you a breakdown of every category right now. Dave is not the underdog. He is. Charles, he is. Because he only needs to win one round for the bet, and still people are not putting money on him. So he is definitely the underdog. Dennis pinned Dave twice at Nemirov and three times at A1 Russian. Top catcher. There you go. 5-1. Then he's 5-1 against Dave. And people are saying that Dennis had nothing for Dave. That is just not the truth. Sorry, guys. But Levan will win 6-0. Maybe. Match. No way the poll is 40-60, 61. I was also surprised to see that. Thank you for posting the link to buy the pay-per-view. Did I post a link? Not in this video, but on all the previous videos I've done that. I'm a powerlifter, but I'm a fan of arm wrestling. Abner Nazario, thank you, man, for your visit. This is one of my favorite arm wrestling channels. Andrew Wright, thank you, man. Thank you very much. Cobra Voda, Dave Chaffee owned Larrett in the WL match. Was forced to drop under the table and become desperate. I subbed. Thank you, man. Thank you. Carolo 3R. Martino Doni. Right now, the match I would love to see most is Todd versus Hermes. Will be a really good match. And I think the previous match was 3-2 in favor of Hermes, in favor of Todd. I think the result is going to change. I don't believe Michael Todd can beat Hermes right now. The match can be 3-2. Absolutely, Pradeep. To date, I have invested literally hundreds of thousand pounds into promoting man. Then the world. That's great, Neil. But when you're a promoter, you want the matches to be close as a promoter. Like right now, you're not a promoter in the Levan versus Dave Chaffee match. Say if you put $1,000 on Levan or on Dave Chaffee, whoever you believe is going to win. My question was, would you still want the match to be 3-3 if you have put your money on Levan and you know that he needs to win all 6 rounds? Being a promoter is a different thing, and great work, Neil. Great. We love your job, and I hope the arm wars is the next big thing in arm wrestling. I hope WL does come back. And WL, I just want to talk about WL for a few minutes. WL is the best product, man. Just the video quality, the streaming, the camera angles, and the setup, everything. People complain about the fake crowds, the bot audience that they're paid for the audience. And people like really get irritated after that. Really, you don't watch the audience if you don't want to. I do not have any problem with fake audience. At least it fills the ground. And people who are commenting about fake audience are the one who really know arm wrestling very well. I bet 90% of people watching, if a Matt Mask versus Devon Lett video has 5 million views on WL page, I bet 90% of the people who are just regular fans who are not really heavily invested into arm wrestling, I bet 90% of them do not get to know that it is a fake crowd. It is us who really invest our mind into the game. We are the one complaining because only we notice that. Nobody else does. So that is why WL will never get rid of them, because it doesn't matter. The money girl that throws the money on the table, maybe that money is not real, but who cares? It adds to the value of the product. WL 406, by far the best experience, where the showed the footage of Devon Larrett jumping from aircraft in his military days, and that was a great experience, man. I would prefer any day. That was a 4 hour show, and I would prefer to watch that any day over WrestleMania. It was a better product, I would say, than WrestleMania, and that is a really big statement. Shubham Yadav, not to mention Andre has destroyed Dave every time. Andre Pushkar was really fast, really fast. When is the match? 3 hours from now. Where can I buy the pay per view? Armbets.tv. You just, Tom, you just go to any of my previous videos and you will see the link in the description. You hit 6K. Congrats. Really? Thank you, man. I was 10 or 15 behind when I started, I guess. Aussie Tanks. Who has beat Dave in the last 5 years without putting the King's move on him? Then what makes you think that Levan is not going to King's move him? Maybe he will also King's move him. But you're right. No one. Was the match? When was the last match with Demnis? A1 Russian? No, it was in 2014, way back. Hey Pradeep, what's your top 10 arm wrestlers right now? I man, that is going to take some real long. Number Levan, number two, Vitali, number three, I would say maybe Devon. Four, who would be number four? It gets really difficult, man. It gets really difficult after four. I can just give you names till 10. You can figure out. Hermes Gasparini could be five. I don't know who can be number four. Definitely not Michael Todd in my books. Definitely not. I need some time to answer that, man. And time is what I don't really have right now. I only got 7 more minutes to go. For example, maybe Dave beats Devon in a straight. Devon, I think Devon really progressed in the King of the Table match. So if Devon defeated Dave Chaffee in a really ugly fashion in 2019 in under WL rules, I think Devon can still beat him on PAL if the Devon that showed up against Michael Todd shows up. I think Devon can still beat him even on PAL table, but it would look equally as ugly as it did the last time. If it happens on the WL table, it would look slightly better than that. But Devon getting stronger doesn't really make any difference, I would assume, against a match in a match against Dave Chappie. He would still have to resort to everything that he had to in 2019, because you just cannot close that much strength gap in 1 year, in 2 years. Dave is really strong, and Devon would have to do everything that he did in 2019. But it would look slightly better, I would say. Congrats, 6K. Thank you, man. Thank you. No way Devon is 3. Use your wrist. Okay, man. Tell me where Devon is then. 5? Maybe 5? Debatable, but right now, number 1 and 2, I would say it is for sure. And Hermes, yes, not Hermes, Vitaly Leletin needs, in my mind, one more year before he beats Levan. It is not going to happen this time. Sure, he has grown a lot, but not happening this year. This year, I made a prediction that Levan is going to be number 1, and Vitaly, if he faces the if he faces Levan in next round, then he can be number 4 or 3, maybe 3, number 3. Then, but if he faces Levan in the last round, then he can be number 2, and Hermes is going to be number 3 then, and Prudnik, if Hermes beats him, number 4, Dave Chaffee number 5. Then after that, it is debatable, but that would be my prediction. If Vitaly faces Levan in the next in the third round, not in the second stage, then my prediction would be Levan, number 2 Vitali, number 3 Dave, sorry, number 3 Hermes, number 4 Prudnik if he beats Hermes, and if Hermes beats Prudnik, sorry, and number 5 will be Dave Chaffee. Devon needs to beat someone really strong. He definitely needs to. Devon and Chaffee is number 3. Dave Chaffee. Dave Chaffee, in my mind, could be number 4 after Devon, because Devon has beaten him. King's move or not, you cannot say someone is ranked above him, Devon, when he lost to Devon under any rules. I don't care. Rules were the same for both. Dave Chaffee can definitely be number 4, but he won't finish number 4 if he loses today. The highest he can finish is number 5. These are the rules. Sad, but these are the rules. RVJ and Blue Bowen is the match. That match needs to happen, and RVJ is not working as hard as Ryan Bowen. I think RVJ only has 1 year. Only 1 year on Ryan Bowen, and then Ryan will surpass him. I think Chaffee can beat Hermes. Hermes was Prudnik. I have 3 minute, guys. Just read, guys. Never in history 120 something bodyweight would pin Levan. I agree. Who wins, Gasparini or Chaffee? I would have to say Dave Chaffee. His pronation is, he's not that fast. If he was really fast like Vitaly, he would have beaten him maybe. And Vitaly versus Dave Chaffee is going to be a really bad match for Dave Chaffee. Like really bad match. It would look just like the Pushkar match, I would assume. But I think Chaffee got Hermes. Vitaly needs to work on plan B. Ullah Singh, Hermes versus Devon. Who is going to win? That could be a really good match. But Hermes does not have any game if he's slightly taken to the losing side. I have never seen him fight there. He just gives up, or either he can't fight back from that position, but he does not have any game there. So that is the big thing. So I believe Hermes is going to lose against Devon, because Devon will take him to the losing side. Neil pick up Supernatural. RVJ versus Sasho is much better, and it is coming. It is awesome. October 1st or October 2nd, Neil? I'm still not clear about the dates. Ryan is a lot more committed, right? Old Dennis. RVJ versus Sasha would be a blast. Aussie tanks, you damn right about that. About what? October 2nd, okay? Okay, guys, 49 minutes and 50. I will end the live stream. Any comments? Hermes is on the most underrated puller today. I don't think Hermes is underrated. John Brezink said that Hermes is top 5 in the world. Devon Larratt said that Hermes is top 5 in the world. And these are the guys, these are the two guys that whose opinion matters the most in today's world. And both of them said that Hermes is top 5 in the world. So I'm not sure if he is underrated. He's I'm remembering that Gary V videos, underrated or overrated or properly rated. I think Hermes is properly rated. Tom Nelson ain't. Tom, yeah, Derek was too much for him. I'm not sure how much Derek has progressed in the 2 years, because he has been arm wrestling for what, 10, 11 years maybe, and arm wrestling really hard. So I'm not sure how he can gain so much in last couple of years, because in 2019 I believe John Brzezinski was beating him like real easy, and that version, if today's version shows up against John, I think it could be a really good match. Derek Smith versus John Brzezinski. Pradeep, could you beat Larry Wheels? Not in 10 years, man. No. What do you think? Why? What made you think I can? Larry is really strong. But I was really surprised when that guy, what was his name? Rahul Panekar, the Indian, and he became really famous, like really famous in India. One of his videos got over 1 million views. When he beat Larry Wheels, his video was covered by Times of India, and that video got over 5 million views, almost 6 million views, I guess. And he became really big in India after that. And he's the number one right-handed number one guy in India at 70 kilos. So I was really surprised to see him. Neil, these are the two guys you need to look for: Akash Kumar and Rahul Panekar. Both are 70 kilos and both are really good. Akash versus Larry. Akash is not that good with top roll, and it is not possible for any 70 kg guy to beat Larry in a hook. He has a really long. He's only 70 kg. Rahul Panekar is only 70 kg, but if you look at his elbow to finger length, it is like a super heavyweight, really big, really long arm. That is why, and he has the best top roll, I would assume, in India at 70 kilos. That is why he was able to get over the top of Larry's hand and beat him. I don't think anyone under 70 kilos in the world can beat Larry in a hook. I don't think it can happen. Having a crack day, guys. All the best, Pradeep. Stay strong, be stoic. Everyone hope so. Thank you, Thank you, Neil. Thank you very much. Okay, today is the fix. I forgot about that. What time is it, Neil? So that people could go to you after the match happen, after the top 8 event. I'll just wait for Neil's comment, Neil's reply if he's still there, and then I will sign off. 139 people, guys. All right. Thank you very much, guys. I really love to talk with you guys, to communicate with you guys. Pradeep versus Avangar Bhai. This chat is getting really weird now. I really love to talk with you guys. Like, someone asked me a couple of times, maybe it was the same person or different people. He asked me what background music I use in my videos, and I really forgot to answer that question. I was searching for the music, I don't remember its name, and I forgot to answer. It is the only comment that I have missed in last couple of months, and almost every one of my videos get over 150 comments. So I really love to read all your comments. It is not possible in the live stream. I don't know what is the functionality, the benefits of having a moderator. Maybe next time I'll have a moderator. But what can the moderator do for me? Can anybody tell me? I still have to read my comments by myself, right? Match time, Indian time, 2.5, 3 hours from now. Thank you, Mitch. Pradeep, thanks. Great to see you streaming today. Thank you very much, everyone. I just have to go to my work. Thank you, guys. Bye bye. Namaste.